Here with the one, the only Paulie Malignaggi. How you doing, Paulie?
I'm good, I'm good.
How old were you when you started boxing?
I was 16.
I know you don't have a lot of knockouts because you had hand injuries and hand problems. But what if you had to pick one? Which one was your favorite?
I don't know, maybe the Sinchenko one because it won me a world championship. Maybe Kevin Watts, Luis Melendez. There were some knockouts where guys fell on their face. You know, those are two fights. But I'd say the most memorable one is Sinchenko because it was on the road and it was to win a world championship. You know, even if it was a TKO.
The first time I became a huge fan of yours was in the Cotto fight. Could you talk to me a little bit about how that fight played out?
Yeah, it was a world championship fight. You know, you get to that point in your career, it's what you've dreamed of. You know, it wasn't at the time. I remember, obviously Cotto was a budding star, but it wasn't really about. In my mind, it wasn't about fighting Cotto. In my mind, it was about I got a shot at the WBO Junior Welterweight Championship of the world. That's why I was looking at it. It wouldn't have mattered who the champion was. I remember getting the call, and it wasn't really resonating that it was Cotto because at the time Cotto and me were the same age, and he had he was a fresh champion himself. So I was like, oh, I got a title shot. Wow, I got a world title shot. So it was more so the thought about fighting for the world championship, which is what you've always wanted to do. But then of course the fight gets closer, you start seeing the devastation Cotto's left in his path, and you start trying to adjust to it and get yourself focused to it. But yeah, it was a tough fight, man. Miguel is still the best fighter I ever fought.
You were able to battle through all that adversity, and I think you won a lot, especially Puerto Rican fans that night.
Yeah, it was a good clash of styles too, because I was a speedy guy and he was more of a setting his feet kind of guy, So it allowed me to have some moments because of the clash of styles. But ultimately, like I said, he's the best fighter I ever fought because he was able to, just dictate the way things went that night.
How's life after boxing? You miss it?
Sometimes, sometimes I start training and you start wanting to do it, but you put everything away and you're like, all right, maybe better talk about it. But yeah, it takes some getting used to. But I'm happy with what I accomplished, and it's there's pros and cons to everything. There was pros to boxing, and then there's pros to post boxing career as well.
Who you got, Crawford or Canelo? How you think that's going to play out?
After last week, I changed my mind. I got Crawford.
Say the week is the loudest. Why you think I've been quiet?